at the time of this recording, the Lakers are on a 7-game win streak.
So that Steph game.
What is just your? No, I did.
It's funny
I
we have
did.
this whole debate. It's like,
No,
all right,
I
first
did.
topic, Lakers.
Yeah. No, I understand, but
I know.
What were
it's important.
what are your major thoughts on the Lakers? Because they're on a 7-game win streak and they've beaten the Blazers, Nuggets, Mavericks, Wolves, Clippers twice, and the Pelicans. I think that it's a mixture of some good wins in there.
Yeah, I feel like my opinions are the same as it was last time. Good team, definitely striding in the right direction. Starting to figure out their defense. I saw this
Talk
video.
about Vando.
Huh?
Talk about Vando.
Okay.
Luka's back too.
No. Vando's great defensively.
What about offense?
Offense, he's been solid. You know,
It's better than the dog shit you were saying he was.
Well, I don't think he's gonna play more than 20 minutes.
So
in
the
the
video
playoffs.
you saw, is it
I
about
don't know.
the
He's
defense?
been playing great.
And listen, in the video I saw, the defense, when they're just allowing whoever's the worst shooter on the court to just be wide open.
Is that Hoop Venue or KB?
I forgot. It was it might have been KB. Shout out to Kenny. It might have been Kenny because it was a flyby video and I stopped and I was like, oh shit. And it makes sense. Like whoever can't shoot on the court, you don't have you just fuck it. Like let him beat you. Like if that's the case, let him beat you. And they've been winning off that. Have some good wins like you mentioned. Luka's getting back, so that's good. I feel the same way about the Lakers. I still think they're one of the 3 best teams in the West. I still think they have a very comfortable chance to go to WCF, potential chance to go to the finals. I think LeBron is playing at a high level, and that's what you love. Luka's starting to get at that same level. So you have those 2 guys playing at a high level. That's really good. You have DFS. You have Austin Reeves. Vando, which he seems to think Vando's going to play a shit ton in the playoffs.
Right now,
so
gun to your head,
see.
Lakers or Nuggets?
Gun to my head?
Yeah.
Gun to my head is always a tough question.
I would take the Lakers. I would take the Lakers pretty comfortably right now, too.
Dude, the trio of Vando, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Gabe Vincent is unbelievable so far.
Gun to my head is tough because we have the last matchup in the brain. So and Denver just lost the other day.
Denver has not been looking good, man.
Well, Denver's describing what is going to be done to them.
Yeah,
They're just going to leave the shooters open.
Because you know what's the sad part about a situation like that? Like if we was to say hypothetically, right? It's Denver and the Lakers, right? And we flip-flop and Denver was on the 7-game win streak and the Lakers were struggling. You're like, gun to my head, Denver, the Lakers. I'd be like, oh, probably Denver.
I feel like you're not trying to say it's the Lakers.
No, I was about to say it's the Lakers. Like now, Lakers 7-game win streak, Denver struggling. So gun to my head, I'm gonna say the Lakers right now. It's like whoever's hot at the moment.
I think it's just tough because Denver, they went on that win streak, right? They won like 9 in a row right before around the All-Star break. And it was against bad teams. And then they played some good teams. Like they played the Lakers, they got smoked. They played Boston, they lost. They played Milwaukee, they lost. So if you're gonna go on a 9-game win streak, good for you.
Yep,
You know, play who's in front of you. But when you play good teams, you need to win at least one of these, right? Like the Lakers too, especially at that time, they were coming off the loss of the Hornets. Like that Lakers team, I know it was fucking like 5 games ago, but that Lakers team, I don't think we had the same idea as we do today, even though it was only a few weeks ago. But to me, the Lakers are the 2nd best team in the West. I said it on the show we had, I think, was it the virtual one, that they're the top of tier 2 to me. I think those 3 teams that we talked about all year long, OKC, Cleveland, and Boston, are like tier 1 in terms of who should win the championship, who was my favorite to win the championship.
We walking into tier 1?
But you're closer to me, they're closer to tier 1 than they are to whoever is next in tier 2. The only thing that's really stopping me and really giving me pause is we really haven't seen a lot of teams throughout NBA history win a championship with like Jackson Hayes is really your only rim protector and you really got nothing behind it. Like you've had years where, you know, like Draymond Green, right? You've had like Kevon Looney, you know, I want to say backpack you, but not the biggest
Best defender in the world.
centers. Exactly. But Draymond's just such a different beast that he's almost an outlier. That's really the only thing giving me pause is this. Is their defense, is their rim protection going to come back to haunt them in the playoffs? Because
that great.
Their offense is elite, and you've been carried by your defense too, which is the scary part. That like their offense isn't even really clicking right now. Like LeBron's had great games, Luka's had great games individually, but offensive rating, defensive rating wise, it's been their defense that's really, really coming on. And Riv mentioned it, right? It's not this crazy new concept. They're leaving shooters open. They're helping, especially when you're attacking some of their weaker defenders, but I mean, Luka's coming back into form. I think everyone is expecting that. He's been having, 30 and 15 games. He's looking great. I feel like Luka's the best first quarter player in the NBA. I feel like every damn game, end of the first quarter, he's got like 17 and 6. But no, the Lakers are dangerous, man. The Lakers really are dangerous. My only concern is that rim protection. Are we going to see a team where it's Jackson Hayes and no other center bring you to the finals, potentially win your finals matchup?
Who is your playoff rotation, because I just looked at Vando's minutes, and he has went 14, 13, 14, 20, 20.
Well, it'll be Luka, Reeves.
Jackson,
That's
Lakers.
okay. Hey, he's
LeBron.
locked on Lakers too.
Jackson Hayes,
Here we go.
DFS, Rui, Gabe Vincent,
soon.
Vando.
What was that, 8?
I think that's a solid 8.
It's not a terrible 8.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you too. It's been great to see the guys at the end of the bench also contribute. Like
Next had some good games. I don't know if he's gonna get playoff minutes, but he's had some good games.
like I said, Shake Milton is a great veteran. He comes in, he's able to do a job.
How old is he?
I don't know if he's that old, but he's been in the league for some
That's a
time.
fact.
He's just a spark plug.
Jordan Goodwin too. Defensively, what he's been able to do for us too in his spot minutes as well. He's been impactful.
That's another guy in the rotation.
It's just
He's not going to play in the playoffs.
JJ Redick said he's going to be in a rotation, though.
I don't think he's going to play in the
his
playoffs, though.
defense has been amazing.
Yeah,
But
I
that's
think
why
it's 9
Should have been with the Suns.
It's
tonight.
literally been every player on the team that has contributed at some point
they would've
on the
fucked him up.
defensive side of the ball.
They did.
And I do think in due part the big reason is the scheme that JJ has put in place. And so I think that when you look at the Lakers, you understand that you have Luka, you have LeBron. The offense is going to be okay, but if our defense is going to be this great, the combination of wing defenders and guys that we just have on the perimeter too, whether it's going to be some variation of Luka, LeBron, Reeves, that obviously they're going to be on the court, but what DFS provides, what Gabe Vincent has given us, the way that Vando can get out in transition as well after getting a steal. Jackson Hayes has been incredible, so damn great as a defender. And then obviously what he's been able to do as a lob threat with Luka Doncic, we knew that would be the case. And I say it, I don't even like to think about what it would have been with Mark Williams. I try to think like that didn't even happen in this season. But the Lakers are scary. We're really great. In the year 2025, we're 21-7, with 12 of those wins being against teams over 500. This defense over the last 15 games has been the best defense in basketball, and this has been with one legitimate center. You have any type of combination of whether it's Vando playing the 5, LeBron playing the 5, Jackson Hayes playing the 5, and how great we've been able to shoot the basketball when it comes to guys that you couldn't really rely on last season, like Vando, like Gabe Vincent. Obviously, Dorian Finney-Smith was a great pickup, but you saw in these last couple of games, no Reeves, no Rui, and we don't miss a beat defensively.
Facts.
That's what's making me very optimistic about this Los Angeles Lakers team come playoff time. And when it comes to picking against a team in the playoffs, I'm always going to take LeBron and Luka. That's just how I'm going to move, especially when this defense has been best in the league good.
Jackson Hayes has been maybe the most impressive to me. Like, obviously, Luka and LeBron, Reeves are going to do what they got to do, but Jackson Hayes, for his role, is arguably like the most important role player on this team. And the fact that he's given you, those 25 minutes a night where he is, I mean, obviously offensively he's limited, but he's catching all those lobs. He's going 7 for 7. He's doing what he's got to do offensively. But defensively, before this Luka trade, I thought he was like an average-ish, I would maybe say below average, like rotational big. But since this move, man, he's been super impressive. Like, it's not just like, you look at the stat line, it's like, oh yeah, he's 7 for 7, 14 points. Like, it's not even that, but the little things he's doing, the screens he's setting, the way he's able to protect the rim, he's been super impressive to me.
I think that the center rotation was going to hold them back, but I think JJ Redick has already shown that with multiple different personnel, he just finds a way to maximize it. I think even before the Luka Doncic trade, when we saw the Lakers beat the Knicks and how great they were defensively in that game, that was with no Anthony Davis, and they still played really elite defensively. On this 7-game win streak, only one team has scored more than 102 points. That was the Pelicans. Yeah. So the Lakers have been great defensively, and I think they've done a lot of great things well. It's switching, the peel switching that they do. It's forcing offensive players into the baseline away from the middle, so they're forcing them into help and trapping them in the baseline. And it's totally abandoning the bad shooters that other teams might have. With the Nuggets, it was Aaron Gordon and Russell Westbrook and Christian Brown against
Aaron
the Clippers.
Gordon shot well against us.
Yeah, he did. Against the
4 for
Clippers,
7?
it was Chris Dunn.
Yep.
So they're just abandoning these non-shooting threats, and they're just basically playing off percentages. Even if they're shooting well, not overreacting to it and just sticking to the game plan, and they're congesting the court. It made it really tough for James Harden to find a groove offensively, and those drives to the basket get cut off. And I think right now the Lakers have to worry about a couple teams they got to meet in the playoffs at the top. I think the two biggest ones that you're kind of looking at is Denver and OKC. I have a lot of confidence that they could beat Denver just because of the lack of help that Jokic has had around him. And when you swarm him, the way that the Lakers swarmed him defensively, it is just very tough for me to envision them having a functional offense for 4 wins and then them not getting torched on the other end, because I think that is going to happen because they have 3 creators with LeBron, Reeves, and Luka. But the OKC matchup, that's interesting to me.
It's tough.
And I think,
they got somebody for everybody outside of LeBron.
J-Do's been hooping too, man. He's been cooking recently.
That is the interesting one for me because OKC has 2 great centers. They have spacing. And, we know for sure that Lou Dort will get left wide open. That's going to be definitely in the game plan.
Or Caruso.
He's been shooting, or Caruso. And he's been shooting well this season. Last year, he shot well and in the playoffs as well. But I think JJ will probably live with that shot. And we saw SGA in a playoff environment, albeit he dominated, but the players around him didn't step up. So I think the worry with OKC is it going to be another year where the players around SGA don't step up? Because those drives to the basket in the playoffs last year, SGA wasn't an elite level finisher. He missed a lot of easy ones at the rim, and they congested the court against him. He still was able to average 32, 8, and 7, 50% from the field and 55% from 3 against the Dallas Mavericks. So he dominated, but everybody else just didn't shoot well. So I think, that's the pathway for the Lakers, maybe beating a team like OKC. But to this point, I think JJ Redick has proven himself to be one of the better coaches in the NBA. And you have Luka Doncic still getting integrated. Each game he's playing better and better and better. And he's had some elite level games.
Dude, that game versus the Pelicans fucking geeked me
30 and 15. He's had some elite level games, but I really don't even think we have seen Luka's best output yet.
Dude, the Pelicans was pretty close. The Pelicans was pretty close. He was doing some bullshit and it was going in.
Yeah, that OKC matchup.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I seen Luka against the Knicks 60, 20, and 10.
Yeah, no, we're going to get an all-timer soon. But the game versus the Clippers down the stretch was really strong. The game versus the Pelicans, dude, he just was throwing it. He just literally eyes closed. I think it would have went in. That's how hot he was.
I think Luka still has a couple gears to get to. He's not at his final gear just yet.
Not.
Yeah.
So, that's going to be scary. And if when LeBron's playing like this, LeBron is playing like on any given night, he could be the best player on the court.
That's the thing. I think we're gearing up for OKC Lakers WCF, which would be dope as shit.
Basketball prime.
You're looking at OKC, they got a defender for everything. They have 2 bigs that is them or Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes is going to have a tough time in that series.
Let me ask, do we force them to not play a 2-big lineup?
Check and shoot the 3-ball.
I understand
and
that.
If you have Dorian Finney-Smith or Vando out there, Check can play out there. Or Rui.
Okay, the thing is, Vando's still a good slasher.
That's fine. You put Hartenstein on him. He's going to leave him wide open. Or Chet.
No, obviously, you live with that.
Yeah, Vando.
But
Vando
then what if
Hayes,
Rui's on the court?
Well, then you put Chet on him.
I think that's still a matchup that we like. Not over, but if you bring Chet out the paint, that's a win.
For sure, but then you have Hartenstein. Yeah. You said the 2 big lineup.
That's what I agree with that.
Yeah, then you have Hartenstein. Who's Hartenstein?
But then offensively, if the paint's gonna get crowded.
Yeah, for sure.
I think
for sure.
I think the Lakers, the thing that they probably will struggle with the most is just dribble penetration. I think that they do a great job at playing zone and just keeping everything in front of them and just forcing the ball handlers into help, but OKC has multiple dudes who can beat you off the dribble.
You got Case and Wallace. You got Caruso as guard defenders for Reeves.
We got some guys that can win off the dribble too.
Lou Dort's for Luka.
Yeah.
And then LeBron's going to be LeBron. But you're OKC. You're walking in. You have the best player on the floor in that series.
Do you though? Like 100%?
Well, if he's going to win the MVP, which I think he is for sure, you have the best player on the floor walking into that series.
Just because you win MVP doesn't
Lakers
necessarily...
got 2 of the 3.
Exactly.
Facts. But
he just said, any given night.
Dude, I get it. Last year has been the best player this year.
I understand.
I think he has been, but I also think that LeBron or Luka, in a playoff series,
sure.
in
a playoff series,
they could be the best.
Oh, yeah. I don't understand what the point of saying that for.
What do you mean? But now you're confusing me.
Well, I said walking in, which is common sense, SGA will be the best player in the series.
See, but that's not like a foregone conclusion.
Well, obviously, because you have to see
out.
them after they walk on the court.
I think
but
so
Like Derrick Rose winning MVP in 2011, walking to a series versus the Miami Heat.
It's not black and white. They're not going up against like Memphis where it's like SGA. It's easy. You got the best player.
Okay, I mean, like I said,
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, not
sure.
For
you
sure.
think like can Luka outplay him? Yeah. Can LeBron outplay him? Yeah, but OKC walking in is going to say we have the best player on the floor.
Well, if you want to say they're going to say
okay.
the Lakers are also going to say we have
we got the two best players in the series.
For sure. I mean,
we could yap.
I mean, yeah. SGA outplayed Luka last year. It's a fact.
I'm not.
He's been better this year.
Laker
by far.
fans are delirious with that shit. Though.
Yeah. So
they will tell you flat faced. Oh my God, his impact was much bigger than just scoring.
SGA outplayed. SGA right. This is just competing with LeBron
in that series.
Yeah, I seen tweets recently of there was this. I think this Luka Doncic just Twitter community. And he was like, "Yo, am I just tripping, or the Lakers just defend better when Luka's on the floor?" And the numbers do back it up.
Luka's been okay defensively.
The numbers do back it up though. But but before he even played a game with the Lakers, I made the tweet and I put like a defensive compilation of his and said that when he gets to the Lakers, the narrative on his defense is going to change, and it's partially because I think it's true that he gets knocked a lot. It's also because Lakers fans are very passionate, so they're gonna definitely defend. Even maybe the weak chinks.
As a fan, you're never out.
Huh?
It's reality now.
We're lit.
Yeah, as a fan,
because it was delusion to be like Lakers gonna win a chip. Now
as a fan,
it's not as delusional as it was.
You're never out of delusion. There's always some part.
Here's the thing: it is so easy to sound delusional with this Lakers team. The issue is it's not delusion. It would have been delusion when we got Luka to say our defense is going to be the best in the league. That's delusion. But here we are, a lot of games removed from that. And we actually are the best defense in the league. So now moving forward, it is not delusional to say, while the Lakers now have the best defense in the league, our offense is still catching up. I trust that inevitably we're going to figure it out offensively. Yep. Our defense is going to translate, and we're going to be one of the scariest teams come playoff time. That's not delusion anymore.
And it's been 2 months, 2+ months of the Lakers defense just being elite. So, like, Luka being propped in, like, nobody ever expects, like, oh, yeah, Luka he's going to make the defense better. But it just shows that the system that they're running clearly works.
It's not like our offense is dog shit either. It's in the last 15 games, we're still a top 10 offense. It's just this defense has been what is everyone's talking about because we weren't supposed to be this.
With Luka playing, they're 11th in offensive rating in the games that he plays. Like I said, there's another gear to kick into that, like, they can be top 3.
Top 3 what?
Offense.
Who's the top 3 offenses right now?
Boston,
OKC, Cleveland?
I don't think OKC is top 3 the Knicks.